Hey guys, it's Ray with KellyDayLLC.com. You might also be finding this through some of my other websites like InternetCommandSystem.com or RayBryant.com, or it just might be on a video that you found on YouTube or my Facebook page, whatever. However you found me, hey, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be going over some basic stuff. It's a free video, and we're going to be covering today the 6 steps to getting a great domain name. And these are my personal 6-step domain name selection processes. And it starts off, and I'm going to go through this kind of quick because I hate videos that do nothing but talk. And when I'm trying to search for them, I'm like fast forwarding to the parts that actually make sense to me. So that's what I'm going to keep in mind. So the first thing is, what name do I think I want? This is always like my first step whenever I do a website or do a project, do some affiliate marketing or whatever it may be. I always start off with going to Google. And I think of Google as my common sense method of finding a domain name. And the way that I said that was, what name do I think I want? It's because oftentimes the name that you think you want is not the name that you actually should get. And in this example, we're just going to go with t-shirts. If I had a business and I sold t-shirts, I might think that I want t-shirts.com. And sure, makes sense. I would love to have t-shirts.com. But I could tell you, anything that makes sense is already taken online. Somebody's already bought that domain name. That's the one negative thing. The second negative is that even if you had t-shirts.com, the price that you're going to pay to try to get it marketed, to get people to get recognized, that's a very competitive field, very competitive advertising to get up there. You can see some of these other names: Custom Ink, Zazzle. I don't know what Busted Tees are, but I'm sure that there's a lot going into a site if they're ranking on the top page for a broad term keyword like t-shirts. But the good thing about when you do these common sense kind of searches is that Google will tell you what other people are looking for. And it will take what's called a broad keyword and start making it to what's called a long tail keyword right in front of your eyes. And this is done through their algorithm based on what people are looking for. So this is great analytical information. But what I like to do is I like to drill down a little bit further and say, okay, if I was selling t-shirts, let me see what segment or what niche I can kind of target. And I would type in something like firefighter t-shirts. And I would say, okay, I wonder if I could take firefightertshirts.com. So on this list here, I would just highlight this, copy it. I'd go over to my little spreadsheet over here, my little document. I'd put, I think I want that one. I take away the spaces. And I put .com, and I'd go down to the next line here. I'd come back over here, and I see this next one, firefighter for t-shirts for girlfriends. I would highlight that one. I would go back over to my Word document, take out the spaces, and put .com. We're just going to keep it as 2, but you could see there's volunteer firefighter t-shirts, custom firefighter t-shirts. These are all, again, what Google has provided us is the insight as to what customers are looking for and trying to help out the customer by giving them the answer to the question that they are typing in. Very valuable and important information to consider. That segues perfectly into what name should I want. So originally I thought I wanted just t-shirts. Then I realized that I want to have a more targeted niched keyword. So firefighter t-shirts and firefighter t-shirts for girlfriends. And I copied them verbatim to what Google was showing me, and I just eliminated the spaces. So then I go down in here, and I made a mistake here. Let me just correct this because it's bugging me. These are the names I should want, and this was the name I thought I wanted. And maybe I thought it was going to be tshirts.com, or maybe I thought T without the hyphen shirts. Trust me, these are all already taken. So these or the ones I thought I wanted, realize, hey, I can't get them, and realize, hey, even if I could get them, trying to break into those broad keywords would be very cost prohibitive. So then I realized the names that I did, or the names that I should want, were long tail keywords, and they were niche to my particular group of people that I follow, that I attract, and that I'd like to sell to. So those became firefighter t-shirts and firefighter t-shirts for girlfriends.com. The next thing I would do is I would want to see if these were available. There's an easy, cheap way of doing that, and that's just typing it into the search box in the URL for the website, which I just did. As you can see up there, firefightertshirts.com. It's already been captured by a domineer, someone that's squatting on this domain name probably, and trying to sell the domain name if I wanted it. So that site's not available. So then I'd go back to the next one that I had on my list. Let me just grab this one, put it up here. Now that one came back as a server not found, so there's a good chance that that is available. And what I could do is I could just go to my company that I register domain names with, and I would encourage you to use me. If you like this video, I appreciate it. Appreciate your support. And I would type in firefighter t-shirts for girlfriends and see what it tells me. And it tells me it is available. So back to my little sheet here, I could put a little plus sign, meaning it's available. And I can continue. Like if this list was 5 or 6, I would lay them all out. And then after I found them, I would then say that this is available. So I can come down here, grab this, and say that one was available. The next question for me is, should I buy it? Just because it's available, and it was something that Google said by their insight that it's something that people are looking for. Then the question comes in, should I buy the domain name? And that's where I use this product here called Market Samurai. Now the good thing about Market Samurai is that it's a one-time fee. You pay one time and you could use this software. I've been using it for years. This is my paid copy, and it allows me to do keyword analysis, and then it allows me to tell me how many people are actually looking for a keyword like that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, let's do a new keyword, and I'm going to type in the keyword up here, call it firefighter t-shirts for girlfriends, and I hit update, and that was exactly how Google recommended that search term for me, so I'm using the same exact way. And now I'm going to say generate me some keywords and some information about that long tail keyword. So this might take a minute or so, because it's actually utilizing my Google account to authenticate, and then it's going to, as if I was on the Google tool planner, it's actually doing this for me. So there's some magic happening behind the scenes. I'm not exactly sure how they do it. I just know that it works, and it works well for what I'm going to show you here in a second. So just give this a minute to load up. And one other thing as this is loading up that I'll tell you about, well, it loaded up. I'll get back to what I was going to tell you in a second. So now I could say analyze these keywords, which was a button down there, and rank them by the amount of traffic that they're getting. And obviously we know t-shirts gets the most because it's the broadest term. Then as we go down here, t-shirt design, it's kind of indicative or inclusive of that big number. There's nothing going to be that's going to be a larger number than what you see here. These are all kind of subsets of this larger number. So as we look down here, I see firefighter 1,022 times that was put in there. And I'm looking for the girlfriend one just to see if it's on here, which it should be because that's what we search for. And you can see down here, firefighter t-shirts for girlfriends doesn't show that it gets very good search engine traffic according to this software. So the question is, would I be willing to invest and purchase a domain name that is not getting any traffic to it, even though Google recommended it because it was a common, according to Google, a common search term that was used? That is the question that goes on this next column right here. What name should I buy? So I know that I'm going to take this one here, and now I'm going to move it down here. I'm not certain of this, so I'll put a question mark by it. It says 0 traffic, just for my own little notes for this video. So then I'd go back up here to the top, and I'd say, okay, what other names could I possibly secure? So obviously I don't want to buy a domain name that gets 0 traffic results to it, even though Google kind of indirectly said people are searching for it, which might be the case, but a secondary method of checking the domain name and checking the traffic kind of doesn't paint such a impressive picture for me. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to go back into Google, and I'm going to type in another term, firefighter. And I see Maltese cross. I'm going to just type that in, and I'm going to show you why I typed that in a second and give you a real life example of how exactly I do the same exact thing here. So I go into the Market Samurai. I'm going to type in a new keyword. I'm going to type in firefighter Maltese cross, hit update, and then do keyword analysis, and let's generate some keywords based on firefighter Maltese cross. Okay, and we're back. And if I click, this is the results. There's 420 active keywords based around that keyword phrase of firefighter Maltese cross. So if I do keyword analysis and then I sort by traffic, 1,000 times a day for firefighter, but I want to know firefighter Maltese cross. So this says 8 times right here. So having this domain name, I can hopefully get 8 people a day to a website that has that keyword in it. And the reason why I chose that particular keyword is because I can show you proof that this actually works, since I own firefighter Maltese cross, and I own it because I did exactly what I'm showing you here, and the results speak for themselves, and I'll show you that on the next screen as far as what kind of traffic I'm getting to the site. So let's go into StatCounter, which is a program I use to track how my websites are doing. And you can see here's the firefighter Maltese cross one, and you'll see here that it gets 20 page views on this day, 19 on this day, 0, 1, and 0, 1. This day I was offline because I migrated from my old hosting into some newer managed WordPress type of hosting, and this was my downtime. I wasn't keeping, my site was still getting hit, I just didn't have StatCounter installed yet again. So you can see a previous 14, 26. If I say last month, or let's say last 12 weeks, gives you a better picture. 35, 30, 20. So it's better than what the market analysis said, which I'm happy about. It's not 8, it's sometimes multiples of 8. This is almost twice as many. This is almost 3 times as many, 4 times as many, 5 times as many. So I'm happy with this. This is a good site for me. I'm happy with that kind of traffic, and this is done organically. I'm not paying for this traffic. It's just coming to the site. So there is a real life example of practicing what I'm preaching and showing you the results of doing that. I've had almost, what's this say, 2,295 page views total in that same 12 weeks. And these are good numbers. This would be a good number for affiliate marketing, which is exactly what I do on the site. So if we went to firefightermaltesecross.com, you could see that there's affiliate marketing going on here. Some cross promotion for one of my mobile apps. And I'm helping a brother firefighter out who actually sells a Maltese cross jewelry. This is his cousin here modeling it, and this link will go right to his site. So hopefully I'm driving him some business as a result of this. So let's move on to the next part of this. So I'm going to put that one down as, let's say, firefighter, whoops, sorry about that. Let's go this way. firefightermaltesecross.com. And I know right now it would say it's not available, but I know it's not available because I own it. But for this particular thing, I'm going to say Firefighter Maltese Cross was available. And I'm going to choose that I'm buying it, firefightermaltesecross.com. I'm going to say plus, and this says 8 times a day. Now, the next one's how much should I pay for it? Well, if I went over to kellydayllc.com, and you can see there $9 is what you should expect to pay for a domain name, and that would be for a year of registering that domain name. So let's go back here and say you should expect to pay anywhere from $8.99 to, depending on if you're doing .com, .org, other ones. I've seen those be as high as $30-something, but I'm only talking about .coms, and I think you should pay no more than $8.99 to probably $14.99 for the year. If you're paying any more than that, it's obviously you're not going to my site, which is fine, but I wouldn't pay any more than that unless you have a real good reason. You know the registrar, you know the people running that program. You just want to support them. That's cool. I'm not going to sweat that, but you shouldn't be paying any more than that. So let's talk about, are there any strategies and tactics when buying a domain name? I showed you a couple strategies and tactics when trying to research and try to decide what domain name to buy. And I'm going to get into, let me just stop here for a second and say, I prefer .coms. If .coms are not available, I prefer .nets. If .net is not available, then your guess is as good as mine, because when you do a search, and we go back to just a common sense kind of search here, and I did Firefighter Maltese Cross pictures, for example. As you look here, .com, 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 I don't see very many websites pulling up that have, .net, .biz, .uk, whatever. I see mostly .com. Here's a .gov, which is good, but they're reserved domain names, so you're not going to get it. But the lion's share, and we can go 3 pages, but the average is people don't go more than 2 pages when searching for something. So there's a .org, which is Wikipedia, Australia, .com, .com. So they're all .com. So that's the reason why I say, you're going to want to search for a .com, or you want to buy either a .com or a .net as your first priority. If you're striking out and you cannot get .com, .net in the domain names that you've searched for, then and only then would I ever consider, if you absolutely have to have that domain name, to do something like a .co or .whatever. Before I would do that, though, I probably would try to change around this domain name or look for another one that has availability in .com, .net. That's one strategy I didn't want to forget to tell you. But another strategy relates to buying it. Right now, you could buy a domain name for a minimum of 1 year. I do not recommend that. Don't do it. And the reason why I say don't do it is because that's the minimum. I think, and this is only a hunch, I don't know this by any kind of Reddit somewhere or somebody else told me something. I only know this from my own hunch and for seeing things with my own eyes on sites that I have. It appears to me that if you buy a domain name for greater than 1 year, that it signifies to a search engine algorithm that this domain name and the company behind this domain name is not going to be fly by night. It's not just a shot in the dark and gone tomorrow kind of thing, a flash in the pan kind of situation. I think it says something. I think that there must be an algorithm component within the search engines that when they look at, for example, we could do it here by going to kellydayllc.com. You look at a who is, clicking on the bottom here. So let's just put in one of my other sites. I said think big websites.com, which is one of my businesses as well, and I have to prove that I'm not a robot. And you can see that this was created on January of 2013, January 26, 2013. And it was bought for 2 years. It was bought till January 26, 2005. So it's a purchase made for 2 years in the future. And I believe that that helps out. I believe that there must be some component of a search engine algorithm that quickly addresses how long was this registrar purchased for, and if it's purchased for more than 1 year, there's some benefit to that. If it's purchased for 2 years versus 5 years, I don't know. I have not drilled down any kind of research on that, but I just don't buy them for 1 year anymore. And I think maybe the longer you buy them, the better that part of the algorithm plays into the role of ranking a website. So that's my secret strategy that I'm currently utilizing that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's put that in here and just say buy multiple years. Whole bunch of exclamations, because I think it's important. So that's my 6-step domain name selection process. If you found this video interesting or helpful, I would ask that you go to kellyDayLLC.com, buy your domain name. Appreciate your support. If you've seen this video on YouTube or whatever, give me a thumbs up, become a subscriber, and hope this video helped you guys out. Thanks again. Have a great day.